Staff Sergeant Do-Won Kim sat quietly in the back of the Galactic Council chamber. His Marine uniform was clean and pressed, but no one paid him any attention. The aliens around him were too busy talking about how peaceful and weak humans were. Do-Won simply watched and recorded everything with his neural implant. Earth has shown remarkable restraint in all situations, the tall, blue-skinned council leader said. They clearly lack the warrior spirit that other species possess. Do-Won's face stayed neutral, but his mind raced back to the brutal training exercises he had just finished last week. He remembered the blood, sweat, and determination of his fellow Marines. If only these aliens knew the truth. The council meeting continued as they discussed Earth's role in the Galactic Alliance. They treated Earth like a child who needed protection. Do-Won noticed how they spoke about humans as if they were pets who had learned a few clever tricks. We should give them simple defensive duties, another council member suggested. Perhaps guarding trade routes in safe sectors. Do-Won's hand tightened slightly on his datapad. He had been recording every dismissive comment, every patronizing suggestion. His personal AI assistant, Jaya, sorted and filed each piece of information silently. Back on his ship that evening, Do-Won sat in his small cabin. The metal walls were bare except for a single picture of his unit. He pulled up his neural display and began his daily log. Day 156 of Council observation, he spoke quietly. They continue to underestimate us. Today they assigned Earth's entire fleet to safe zone patrols. He paused, then added, if they saw our actual combat footage, they would never sleep again. Captain Sun Mai-Choi knocked on his door. Sergeant Kim, she said as she entered. What did you think of today's meeting? Do-Won stood at attention. Enlightening, Captain. They have no idea what we're capable of. Sun Mai smiled, but it wasn't a happy smile. Keep recording everything, Sergeant. One day they'll need to know the truth. That night, as most of the ship slept, Do-Won reviewed his private archives. Jia displayed holographic footage of Earth's military exercises, Marines running through burning buildings, ships executing perfect combat maneuvers, soldiers showing unbreakable determination. None of this footage had ever been shown to the Council. Jaya, Do-Won said, add today's Council meeting to the catalog. Cross-reference it with our actual combat capabilities. Already done, Jaya responded. Would you like to see the comparison? The AI displayed two images side by side. One showed the Council's assessment of Earth's military power, a small, weak force. The other showed the reality, one of the most efficient and deadly military forces in known space. A message flashed on Do-Won's screen. It was from his friend Herin Lee, now stationed on Earth's furthest colony. Things are getting tense out here, Herin's message read. Pirates testing our borders. They think we're easy targets. Should we show them how peaceful we really are? Do-Won typed back, hold position, record everything. Let them keep thinking we're harmless. He looked at his growing catalog of Earth's true military might. Thousands of hours of combat footage, training exercises, and real battles that the Council never saw. Every time Earth was dismissed as weak, he added it to his records. Every time they were underestimated, he documented it. Joya, he said, what happens when they finally realize the truth? The AI was silent for a moment. Based on current data, the revelation will shatter their entire understanding of humanity. Do-Won nodded. He looked out his cabin window at the stars. Somewhere out there, hostile forces were moving, thinking Earth would be an easy target. They all believed the Council's assessment that humans were too peaceful, too diplomatic, too soft. They had no idea that every human ship was a perfectly trained combat unit. They didn't know that every human colony was a fortress in disguise. They couldn't see that behind every diplomatic smile was a warrior ready for battle. Keep recording, Jia, Do-Won said as he prepared for sleep. Their ignorance is our advantage, and when the time comes, my catalog will show them exactly who they've been underestimating. The AI dimmed the lights as Do-1 closed his eyes. In the darkness, Jaya continued to sort and file the day's records, adding to the growing mountain of evidence that would one day shock the entire galaxy. Earth wasn't weak. Earth wasn't timid. Earth was simply waiting, watching, and recording. And Staff Sergeant Do-1 Kim was making sure that when the truth finally came out, no one would ever doubt humanity's strength again. The emergency alarm woke Do-1 at 300 hours. Red lights flashed through his cabin as Jaya's voice cut through the darkness. Priority alert. Pirates attacking the mining colony on Nubuzan. Colony defense systems engage. Do-1 was already moving, pulling on his combat armor. Status of civilian population. 87% in underground shelters. Mining sector still exposed. Pirates expected diplomatic response team based on standard Earth protocols. He smiled grimly. They're in for a surprise. Combat recording systems online. All systems active and recording. Sergeant Kim. The ship's halls filled with Marines moving with quiet efficiency. No shouting, no chaos, just the smooth operation of a well-oiled machine. Captain Sun Mi's voice came over the comm system. Marines, this is your captain. Pirates think they're hitting a soft target. Let's show them how wrong they are. Quietly. In the dropship, Do-1 checked his weapon while watching the tactical display. 20 pirate ships had surrounded the colony, expecting to find minimal resistance. They thought Earth would try to negotiate first, like always. Jaya, mark this as case study 1 in the catalog. Do-1 said as their ships approached in stealth mode. Title it, Consequences of Underestimation. The pirates had landed their main force near the mining complex. They walked boldly, not even bothering with proper combat formation. Through his helmet cam, Do-1 recorded their sloppy approach. Captain Sun Mi's voice was cold in their comms. All units, execute Pattern 7. No survivors. The first pirate died without ever knowing what hit him. Do-1's shot went through the alien's head with surgical precision. Before the body hit the ground, 30 more pirates fell to synchronized sniper fire. What the hell? One pirate screamed in their shared comm frequency. Earth forces don't fight like this. Do-1 switched to thermal vision, tracking 3 pirates trying to hide behind mining equipment. His neural implant recorded everything. The fear in their voices, their panicked shots, their final moments. Jaya, note their tactical mistakes, he said calmly, moving to his next target. Believed their own propaganda. Failed to maintain proper security. Assumed diplomatic response. The battle was devastatingly one-sided. Earth Marines moved like ghosts through the mining complex, their actions smooth and practiced. Pirates who tried to surrender were cut down without mercy. Those who tried to flee found their ships already disabled. Central Command, this is Captain Sun Mi. Her voice came through as Do-1 finished his sector. Mining colony secured. 0 civilian casualties. All hostile forces eliminated. Do-1 stood among the bodies, his armor clean despite the carnage around him. Jaya, compile battle statistics. Total engagement time, 8 minutes, 12 seconds. Enemy casualties, 100%. Marine casualties, 0. Property damage, minimal. He nodded, adding his personal notes to the record. Target selection showed clear belief in Council reports about Earth's military capability. They expected delays for diplomatic contact. Fatal mistake. Later, in the colony's command center, Do-1 watched as Captain Sun Mi prepared her report to the Council. She carefully edited the footage, removing the most brutal elements, maintaining Earth's image of minimal force and restraint. Send me the full, unedited footage, he told Jaya. Add it to the special archive. His neural display showed a message from Harin. Heard about Nubuzan. Official report says minimal resistance led to pirate withdrawal. Your catalog tells a different story, doesn't it? Do-1 typed back. The galaxy believes what it wants to believe. We let them. That night, as cleanup crews cleared the battlefield, Do-One sat in his quarters reviewing the day's footage. Every shot, every kill, every moment of brutal efficiency was preserved in perfect detail. Jaya. Analysis of Council response to official report. They praised Earth's peaceful resolution of the crisis, called it a model of diplomatic success. Do-One laughed quietly. His catalog now held the truth: the security cameras, helmet feeds, drone footage, and thermal scans. The real story of how Earth's Marines had executed a textbook extermination of their enemies. Add personal note, he said. The galaxy calls us peaceful because we let them clean up our messes. They never see the blood we spill. They never hear the screams of our enemies. They see only what we want them to see. He closed the footage and looked at his reflection in the dark screen. Soon, the galaxy would learn the truth about Earth's kindness. But for now, let them believe their comfortable lies. After all, he whispered to himself, the most dangerous predator is the one you never see coming. The soft glow of holographic screens filled Do-One's quarters as he sorted through his latest recordings. 3 months had passed since the New Busan incident, and his catalog had grown much larger. Jaya, show me the difference between official reports and actual footage from last week's border clash, he said. 2 screens appeared before him. On the left, the official report showed Earth ships politely warning away alien vessels from restricted space. On the right, the true footage showed those same Earth ships systematically destroying the intruders, leaving no survivors. A knock on his door made him freeze. Security override. Captain Sunmei, came the computer's voice. Do-One quickly spoke. Jaya, encrypt and hide all files. The door slid open, but it wasn't Captain Sunmei who entered. Lieutenant Harin Lee stood there, her eyes moving from screen to screen. I knew it, she said quietly. I knew someone was keeping real records. Do-One's hand moved toward his sidearm, but Harin raised her hands. I'm not here to stop you. I'm here to help. How did you get the captain's override code? Do-One asked, not moving his hand from his weapon. Because she sent me, Harin replied. We need your catalog, Sergeant Kim. Things are getting worse out there. Do-One studied her face for a long moment. Jaya, verify Lieutenant Lee's authorization. Lieutenant Harin Lee, cleared for level alpha information by Captain Sun Machoy. Authorization confirmed. Do-One relaxed slightly. Show her the full archive. Jia. The room filled with hundreds of holographic screens. Each one showed a different incident. Battles, skirmishes, diplomatic missions that ended in complete destruction of enemy forces. 5 years of Earth's true military history floated in the air around them. Harin walked through the displays, her eyes wide. This is incredible. The Council has no idea, do they? No, Do-One said. They see what we want them to see. Clean reports, peaceful resolutions. They never see the bodies. But you recorded everything, Harin said, watching a particularly brutal space battle play out. Every shot fired, every ship destroyed, every lie we told. Do-One nodded. Someone needed to keep the truth. Someday, the galaxy will need to know what they're really dealing with. Harin turned to him. I have access to more security footage from other ships. Battle records that were supposed to be deleted. Combat data from planetary defense systems. Why are you telling me this? Because Captain Sunmei thinks it's time to start preparing. The Vec Empire is pushing our borders. They think we're weak. Easy prey. Harin's face hardened. They need to learn the truth before they do something stupid. Do-One considered this. Jia, create new archive access for Lieutenant Lee. Full permissions. Access granted. Jaya responded. Welcome to the archive, Lieutenant. Harin pulled out a data chip. This contains footage from 3 other Marine units. Real footage, not the sanitized versions. Add it to your catalog. As Jaya processed the new data, Do-One and Harin watched more screens of Earth's hidden military might. Scenes of precision orbital strikes, covert operations, and complete enemy annihilation played around them. "The galaxy thinks we're peaceful," Herin said softly. "They think we're diplomats first, warriors last. They never realized that our diplomatic approach isn't weakness, it's mercy. And when we stop being merciful," Du-1 asked, "that's why we need this catalog. To show them what happens when humanity's mercy runs out." They spent hours organizing the new footage. Herin's data added whole new categories to the archive: special operations, deep space engagements, planetary assault tactics. "Jaya," Du-1 said as they finished. "Update archive summary. Current archive contains 1,247 combat incidents, 89,632 hours of footage, 15,773 confirmed enemy casualties, all officially reported as peaceful resolutions or diplomatic successes." Herin shook her head in amazement. "We've been so careful, hiding our true nature. But the Vec, they're going to force our hand soon." "Let them come," Du-1 said, watching a screen where Earth Marines efficiently cleared an enemy ship. "When they do, this catalog will show the galaxy exactly why they should have feared us all along." As Herin left his quarters, Du-1 added a new note to his archive. "Earth's mercy is a gift. Those who reject it will discover why we work so hard to remain peaceful. They mistake our restraint for weakness, never realizing that we choose peace because we're so very, very good at war." The Vec warship hung in space like a dark cloud. Du-1 watched it through the observation deck window of his ship, the Silent Thunder. 3 more Vec ships floated nearby, all pointing their weapons at the small mining colony below. "They're testing us," Captain Sunmai said, standing beside him, "seeing how far they can push." Du-1's neural implant was already recording. "Jaya, start new entry. Title: First Contact with Vec Military Forces." The Vec commander's image appeared on their main screen. The alien was tall, with gray-scaled skin and 4 eyes. "Earth vessels, this space now belongs to the Vec Empire. Leave immediately." Captain Sunma stepped forward, her face calm. "This is a registered Earth colony. We request peaceful dialogue to discuss your concerns." The Vec commander laughed. "The Council was right. Humans always want to talk first. We are taking this colony. Leave or be destroyed." Du-1 watched Sunma's face. He saw the tiny smile that meant trouble was coming. "Very well," she said softly. "Jaya, execute combat pattern Delta." The Vec commander's image vanished. In the next instant, 3 things happened so fast that most people would have missed them. Du-1 recorded it all. First, 50 small fighter craft appeared from behind the colony's moon, where they had been hiding. Second, the Silent Thunder and its sister ships activated their real weapons, not the weak ones they showed on official records. Third, Earth's helpless mining colony revealed its hidden defense systems. The Vec commander barely had time to look surprised before his ship exploded. "All units, engage," Sunmai ordered. "Standard Earth protocols are suspended. Show them who we really are." Du-1's neural feed captured everything. Earth fighters tore through Vec ships like paper. The colony's defense guns turned 1 Vec warship into floating metal pieces. The Silent Thunder destroyed the last enemy ship with a single shot from its hidden main gun. "Jaya, battle analysis," Du-1 said as he watched. "Engagement time, 43 seconds. Enemy ships destroyed, 4. Enemy casualties, estimated 312. Earth casualties, 0. Damage to colony, minimal." Herin's voice came through his private comm channel. "Did you get all that?" "Every second," he replied. Especially the Vec commander's face when he realized his mistake. The cleanup began immediately. Earth ships gathered the debris while special teams removed any evidence of their real weapons. By the time the Council investigators arrived, they would find only what Earth wanted them to see. Later, In Do-Won's quarters, he and Herin watched the battle footage. "Look at their tactics," Herin said. "The Vec really believed we were weak. They didn't even have their shields at full power." Do-Won nodded. "Jia, add tactical analysis to the archive. Mark all Vec weaknesses we observed." Captain Sun Mi joined them, looking tired but satisfied. "The Council just received our official report. According to the record, we used clever diplomacy to convince the Vec to retreat. And they believed it?" Herin asked. "Of course. They want to believe it. The idea that peaceful Earth could destroy 4 Vec warships in under a minute. They can't even imagine it." Do-Won played back the moment when the colony's guns were revealed. "The Vec will come back. They'll want revenge." "Let them come," Sun Mi said. "Each attack teaches us more about their weaknesses. Each battle gives us more footage for your catalog." Herin pointed to a new alert on the main screen. "Reports coming in. 3 more Vec fleets heading toward Earth colonies. Bigger ships this time." Do-Won started preparing his recording systems. "They still think the first group retreated. They think they can scare us." "Should we show them the truth?" Herin asked. "Show them what really happened to their ships?" "No," Sun Mi said firmly. "Let them keep believing their own lies. Let them think we're soft. When the time comes, Do-Won's catalog will show the galaxy why Earth tried so hard to stay peaceful." As red alert sirens began to sound, Do-Won made one last note in his archive. "The Vec mistake our patience for weakness. They mistake our diplomacy for fear. Soon they will learn what the galaxy needs to know. Earth is not peaceful because we can't fight. We're peaceful because we're too good at it." 3 Earth colonies burned in the night. The Vec had finally made their big move, attacking all at once. They expected to find weak defenses and scared civilians. Instead, they found Do-Won's unit waiting for them. All Marines, weapons free. Captain Sun Mi's voice was cold as ice. "No more pretending. No more hiding. Show them what Earth can do." Do-Won stood in his heavy combat armor, watching Vec drop ships fall from the sky. "Jia, begin recording. Mark this as Earth's first full response." The Vec had brought 30,000 troops to take the colonies. They thought it would be easy. They were wrong. Enemy forces landing in sectors 2, 5, and 7. Herin reported from her command post. "They're not even trying to be careful. They think we're going to surrender." Do-Won moved through the streets of New Sol Colony with his team. His neural implant recorded everything. The way Earth Marines appeared from hidden bunkers, the perfect aim of their shots, the fear in the Vec soldiers' voices when they realized their mistake. "Jia, tactical analysis of Vec errors," he said as he took down 3 enemy soldiers with 3 shots. "Primary error, believe their own intelligence about Earth's military weakness. Secondary error, no proper defensive formations. Third error, assumed civilian targets would be unprotected." The Vec commander's voice boomed over their emergency channels. "Earth forces, surrender now. We have superior numbers." Captain Sun Mi's laugh was scary. "Show them what Earth numbers really look like." The ground opened up. Hidden doors in buildings slid aside. What looked like civilian structures transformed into weapon platforms. 5,000 more Earth Marines appeared as if by magic. "What is this?" a Vec officer screamed over the comm. "Their records showed no military presence here." "The records showed what we wanted them to show," Do-Won said quietly as he lined up another shot. "Jia, make sure you get good footage of their faces when they realize the truth." Hell broke loose. Earth Marines moved like machines, every shot finding its target. The helpless colonists turned out to be retired military who had been waiting for this day. Even the children knew exactly which buildings to hide in. The ones with the strongest shields and biggest guns. Herin's voice came through Do-Won's private channel. "The Vec brought camera drones to record their victory. I'm hacking them now, adding their footage to your catalog." Do-Won watched a group of Vec soldiers try to take cover in what they thought was a simple farming building. The building's defense systems turned them to ash. Jaya, battle statistics, he ordered. Time elapsed. 2 hours, 17 minutes. Vec casualties, 22,000 and rising. Earth casualties, minimal. Civilian losses, 0. The Vec finally realized they were trapped. Their ships tried to retreat, but Earth's real fleet appeared from behind the planet's moon. Not the weak ships they showed the Council, but the real ones. The ones that could destroy a battle cruiser with a single shot. Please, the Vec commander begged over the comm. We surrender. Show mercy. Captain Sunmi's voice was like winter. You came to our colonies. You threatened our people. You thought we were weak. Mercy was an option before you started this fight. Do-1 recorded it all. The final shots. The burning ships. The moment when the galaxy's image of peaceful Earth began to crack. Later, as cleanup crews removed any trace of Earth's real military power, Do-1 and Herin watched the footage in his quarters. The Council will be here soon, Herin said. The Vec are already telling them about our hidden armies. Let them come, Do-1 replied. Jia, prepare a special file. Show how many times we tried to be peaceful. Show how many times we chose not to fight. They watched more footage. Earth ships holding back their real weapons. Earth Marines using minimal force. Years of choosing peace when they could have chosen destruction. Add a note to the archive. Do-1 said. Earth was not weak. Earth was not afraid. Earth simply understood something the Vec never did. True strength is knowing when not to use your power. But once that power is unleashed, he left the thought unfinished as they watched the Vec ships burn in space. The galaxy would soon learn the truth. Earth wasn't just another civilization. Earth was a sleeping giant that had finally been pushed too far. The Council thought they knew us, Herin said softly. They're about to learn how wrong they were. Herin walked quickly through the halls of the Earth Military Command Center. She carried a small data drive that would change everything. Did you get the captain's approval? Do-1 asked through her comlink. Yes. Sunmi says it's time. The Vec are telling everyone their own version of what happened. We need to show the truth. The first parts of Do-1's catalog were already spreading through secure channels. Alien military leaders watched in shock as video after video showed Earth's true power. The peaceful humans they knew didn't match the warriors they saw in the footage. Jaya. Status report on information spread. Do-1 said from his position on the Silent Thunder. Catalog footage has reached military commands of 12 major species. Initial reactions showed disbelief and fear. The Council is demanding explanation. Herin entered the main communication room. Screens showed alien leaders arguing about the footage. Some called it fake. Others wanted to declare war on Earth immediately. A few smart ones just looked scared. Play file Earth Alpha 7. She ordered the computer. The screen showed the recent battle with the Vec. But this time, it showed everything. The hidden bunkers. The perfect shots. The way Earth forces moved like they had practiced this 1,000 times. Because they had. This can't be real. A council member shouted. Earth's military was rated as barely capable of defense. Herin smiled. Check the data stamps. Check the source codes. Every video is real. Every battle happened exactly as shown. You just never saw the truth before. Do-1's voice came through her private comm. Show them the peace files too. She nodded, playing file series Mercy. New videos appeared. Times when Earth forces could have destroyed their enemies but chose not to. Times when they accepted surrender. Times when they helped the very people who had attacked them. We weren't weak, Herin explained to the shocked aliens. We chose peace because we were strong enough to do so. But the Vec. She paused. The Vec made us show our real face. Jada. Monitor reaction patterns. Do-1 ordered as he watched through the ship's systems. Major military powers are upgrading Earth threat assessment. Political leaders are calling for emergency meetings. The Vec. Jaya paused. The Vec are pulling their forces back from all Earth borders. In the command center, alien leaders watched more footage from Do-1's catalog. They saw Earth Marines moving with deadly grace. They saw Earth ships revealing weapons that shouldn't exist. They saw years of carefully hidden power. How long? One alien admiral asked. How long have you been hiding this? Since the beginning, Herin answered. Every time you called us weak, we recorded it. Every time you thought we were helpless, we documented your mistake. The catalog holds it all. Do-1 added more files to the stream. Training videos, combat exercises, things that looked like simple colony defense drills, but were actually practice for major wars. Pay special attention to the dates, Herin told the watching aliens. Every time you thought we were just learning basic ship movement, we were practicing battle formations. Every time you saw us building farms, those were weapon factories in disguise. The council chambers had gone quiet. They were watching footage of the last Vec battle from multiple angles, watching Earth forces move with impossible skill, watching weapons appear from nowhere, watching their whole understanding of humanity shatter. Jaya, Do-1 said, add final note to primary catalog release. His voice played over the speakers in the council chamber. Earth never wanted war. We chose peace every time we could. We hid our strength because we didn't want to fight. But we never forgot how. We never stopped practicing. We never stopped preparing. The Vec thought they could take what they wanted because Earth was weak. Now everyone knows the truth. Herin watched the alien leaders' faces as they saw more and more evidence of Earth's power. Some looked angry. Some looked scared. The smart ones looked relieved. Why show us now? Someone asked. Because the Vec didn't leave us a choice, Herin answered. And because everyone needs to understand something very important. She played the last video. Earth ships helping rebuild a Vec colony they had just defended. We're not showing you this because we want to fight. We're showing you so you'll understand why you should help us keep the peace. The room was silent as the truth sank in. Earth wasn't weak. Earth had never been weak. Earth had just been patient. And now everyone knew why. Do-1 stood before the full Galactic Council. The huge chamber was packed with representatives from every spacefaring species. They had come to see Earth's complete military catalog. Begin presentation, he said quietly. Jaya, display timeline alpha. The room's holographic system came to life. Above the council members' heads, a massive display showed Earth's first contact with alien life. You all remember this day, Do-1 said. You saw humans who wanted peace, who offered friendship. He paused. Now see what you missed. The image split. On one side, the peaceful first contact. On the other, Earth's military preparing for war. Hidden ships, secret weapons, training for the worst. Every time we met a new species, Do-1 continued, we hoped for peace, but we prepared for war. Herin stepped forward, holding a data crystal. This contains 5 years of hidden combat footage. Council leader, do you remember telling us Earth lacked warrior spirit? The blue-skinned council leader nodded slowly. Watch this, Herin said. The room filled with images of Earth Marines in combat. Perfect shots, perfect movements, perfect kills. The council members watched in silence as years of diplomatic incidents were shown in their true form. Jaya, show the Vec battle. Full tactical display, Do-1 ordered. The latest battle appeared in perfect detail. Council members gasped as they saw the hidden bunkers open, as civilian buildings transformed into weapon platforms, as Earth forces moved with deadly skill that came from endless practice. Impossible, one council member shouted. These skills take generations to master. We had generations, Do-1 replied. Every time you thought we were learning basic spaceflight, we were practicing combat maneuvers. Every time you saw civilian ships, they were military vessels in disguise. Captain Sunma stepped forward. Show them the Mercy files. New images appeared. Times when Earth forces could have destroyed entire fleets but chose not to. Times when they accepted surrender from pirates who deserved death. Times when they helped rebuild the very colonies that had attacked them. We chose peace, Sun Mai said firmly. Not because we were weak. Not because we were afraid. We chose peace because we knew exactly what we could do in war. Do-Won touched his neural implant. Jia, show them the numbers. Data scrolled across the screens. Combat effectiveness ratings that were higher than any other species. Kill ratios that seemed impossible. Training schedules that showed Earth forces practiced combat every day while pretending to do simple exercises. 3 days ago, Herin said, the Vec thought they could take our colonies because we were weak. Now they know better. Now everyone knows better. The council leaders stood up. Why reveal this now? Why show us your true strength? Do-Won looked at each council member in turn. Because the galaxy is changing. Because the Vec won't stop with just our colonies. Because everyone needs to understand something very important. He played the final recording. It showed Earth ships and Marines defending an alien colony from pirates. The Marines took heavy injuries to protect civilian lives. The ships exposed their real weapons to save alien children. We're not showing you our strength because we want to use it, Do-Won explained. We're showing you so you'll understand why we try so hard not to. The room was silent. The council members watched more footage. Earth forces training day and night. Earth ships practicing impossible maneuvers. Earth Marines performing perfect combat drops while the galaxy thought they were doing simple mining work. The catalog is now complete, Do-Won said. Every battle, every victory we hid, every time we chose peace when we could have chosen destruction. It's all here. Herin stepped forward again. Earth requests a new security rating, not based on the lies we told to keep the peace, based on the truth. The council leader looked at the footage still playing above them. Earth's hidden power was undeniable. Their skill was beyond anything the council had seen. Earth doesn't lack warrior spirit, the leader said slowly. Earth has mastered it. They're not peaceful because they're weak. They're peaceful because they're strong enough to make that choice. Do-Won nodded. And now everyone knows why they should help us keep making that choice. The council chamber remained quiet as the truth settled in. Earth had never been the weak, peaceful species they thought. Earth had been a sleeping giant, hoping for peace, but always ready for war. The Vec ships were leaving Earth space as fast as they could. Do-Won watched them from the Silent Thunder's observation deck. No more proud warships. No more threats. Just scared aliens running home. Jaya, record their retreat, he said. Add it to the final section of the catalog. Already recording, Jaya replied. The Vec fleet is moving at maximum speed. They're not even trying to look dignified anymore. Herin joined him at the window. Have you seen the new alien military reports? Every species is updating their files on Earth. Some of their threat ratings for us are off the charts. Do-Won nodded. The Council's military academy sent a request. They want to use parts of the catalog for training. The catalog had changed everything. Alien military leaders studied Earth's combat footage like students learning from masters. Political leaders who once dismissed Earth now treated them with careful respect. Even pirates and raiders stayed far away from Earth space. Captain Sun Mai is in a meeting with the Council right now, Herin said. They're rewriting our alliance terms. No more peaceful Earth needs protection. Now its Earth is a major military power. Do-Won's neural feed showed him images from across the galaxy. Alien news channels played clips from his catalog. Military experts analyze Earth's combat techniques. Everyone wanted to understand how they had missed the truth for so long. Jaya, show me the latest reaction data, he ordered. Screens appeared before them. The Vec Empire had pulled back all their forces. The Council had upgraded Earth's security clearance to the highest level. 7 different species had requested military training from Earth Marines. It's strange, Herin said quietly. We revealed our true strength, and now everyone wants peace with us more than ever. Do-1 smiled, because they finally understand. Real strength isn't about showing off power. It's about knowing when not to use it. They walked to the ship's training room. Inside, alien military observers watched Earth Marines practice. The aliens took notes as the Marines showed their real skills, no longer hiding their true abilities. "Your combat techniques are amazing," one alien officer said to Do-1. "How did you hide this level of skill for so long?" "We didn't hide our skills," Do-1 replied. "We hid how long we had been practicing them. Every time you saw us doing simple exercises, we were actually practicing combat moves. We just made them look simple." Harin pulled up more footage on the room's display. Earth ships performing complex battle maneuvers disguised as routine patrol movements. Earth Marines practicing killing shots while pretending to do basic target practice. Years of preparation hidden in plain sight. "The Council wants to establish a joint training program," she told Do-1. "They want Earth to teach other species our methods. Both combat and restraint," Do-1 added. "They need to learn why we choose peace, not just how we prepare for war." His neural feed showed him more updates. The Vec Empire had sent peace negotiators. Other species were copying Earth's practice of hiding military bases inside civilian buildings. Everyone wanted to learn from the species they had once thought was weak. "Jaya, update the catalog's conclusion," Do-1 said. "Add today's footage." The AI compiled images of the Vec retreat, the new alliance terms, and the aliens learning from Earth Marines. The catalog was becoming a teaching tool, showing the galaxy a new way to think about strength and peace. "It's not just about the combat footage anymore," Harin observed. "They're studying how we maintained peace for so long, how we chose not to fight even when we could have won easily." Do-1 nodded. "The catalog shows both sides, the warriors we are, and the peaceful people we choose to be." They watched more alien officers arrive to learn from Earth's forces. The silent thunder was no longer hiding its real weapons. Earth colonies openly showed their military strength. The time for secrets was over. "Add final note to archive," Do-1 told Jaya. Earth's strength was never in its weapons. It was in knowing when to use them, and when to show mercy. The galaxy feared us when they learned what we could do. They respected us when they learned what we chose not to do. The catalog was complete. The truth was known. And across the galaxy, species that once thought Earth was weak now understood a simple truth. True power isn't about winning every fight. It's about being strong enough to choose peace. 1 year after the truth came out, Do-1 stood in the New Earth Military Archive. The massive building held every record from his catalog, now studied by species across the galaxy. In the main hall, a huge screen played the footage that had changed everything. "They're calling it the Quiet Catalog now," Harin said, walking up beside him. She wore her new uniform as Earth's chief of military documentation. "Everyone wants to learn from it." "Jaya, show current study statistics," Do-1 ordered. The AI displayed the numbers. Over 2,000 alien military officers were studying Earth's combat techniques. 300 diplomatic teams were learning Earth's approach to peace through strength. Even the Vec had sent students. "Captain Sun's promotion ceremony is today," Harin reminded him. "The Council is making her Earth's new military ambassador." Do-1 nodded. The ceremony would be broadcast across the galaxy. Everyone wanted to see the captain who had helped reveal Earth's true nature to the stars. They walked through the archives halls. Screens showed Earth's history in its real form. No more hiding, no more pretending to be weak. Young Marines trained openly with their full skills. Earth ships displayed their true power. "Remember when we had to hide everything?" Harin asked, watching a group of alien officers study footage of Earth combat drops. "Jaya, play memory file 712, Do-1 said. The nearest screen showed one of their old training sessions. Earth Marines practicing deadly moves while making them look simple. Ships hiding their real weapons behind fake sensor readings. Years of preparation disguised as basic exercises. "We don't have to hide anymore," a voice said behind them. They turned to see Commander Tahoe Park, Earth's new military chief. "But we still choose peace first." That was Earth's new way. They showed their strength openly, but used it rarely. The galaxy had learned that Earth's restraint was a choice, not a weakness. "Jaya, display current galactic peace statistics," Do One ordered. The numbers were clear. Pirates avoided Earth space completely. Border conflicts had dropped by 80%. Species that once fought now asked Earth to teach them about choosing peace through strength. "Your catalog did more than show our power," Commander Park said to Do One. "It showed the galaxy a better way to be strong." They reached the archive's main teaching hall. Alien students from 50 species watched Earth military footage. They studied not just the combat skills, but the choices to show mercy. Not just the power, but the restraint. "The Vec sent another apology today," Haren told them. "They're still embarrassed about attacking us. Their new leadership wants to learn Earth's way of thinking." Do One watched the students learning from his recordings. Final catalog update. Show peace and combat statistics for the past year. The numbers appeared. Earth forces had fought only twice in the past year. Both times, they had accepted surrender and helped rebuild. Their real strength wasn't in winning fights, but in preventing them. "The Council's military academy is changing its whole program," Commander Park said. "Now they teach what they call the Earth approach. Show strength, choose peace, be ready for war, but work to avoid it." High above the archive, Earth ships patrolled openly. Their weapons were visible now, not hidden, but they were used to protect, not threaten. To keep peace, not make war. "Add final entry to the catalog." "Jaya," Do One said. He looked at the aliens learning from Earth's example, at the ships protecting instead of threatening, at the galaxy finally understanding Earth's true nature. "Final entry recorded," Jaya replied. "Would you like to hear it?" Do One nodded. His words played through the archive's speakers. "Earth was never weak. We were never afraid. We chose peace because we knew war too well. We hid our strength because we hoped never to use it. When the galaxy learned our truth, they didn't fear us more, they understood us better. Now they learned from us, not just how to fight, but when not to. Not just how to be strong, but how to be wise. The catalog shows both our power and our choice not to use it. That is Earth's legacy to the stars." Haren smiled. Not bad for a Marine who just wanted to keep good records. Do One watched more alien students arrive to learn from Earth. The galaxy had changed. Earth had changed it. Not with weapons or wars, but with truth and wisdom. The quiet catalog was complete, but its legacy was just beginning.